All right, so if you're considering purchasing these AOSU solar outdoor security cameras, I highly recommend that you purchase them. I live in the mountains and I've been living with these cameras for 6 months and they have been nothing but absolutely fantastic. Something I want to point out is you will notice that the camera actually pivots and it will track motion as it comes along. Whether it's a bear, a deer, or a person, it will move as the object moves. As you can see, it is rotating as I move along. Secondly, something that I want to point out, that if you're looking for outdoor solar security cameras, the panel is built into the unit. A lot of units come with the panel separate, so you'd have to mount the panel here and then your camera's there. I wasn't crazy about that. I don't want to have any type of wires. I like to set this up. Look, what you saw, what it just did right there, it also will go back to its original position that you set it in the app. And by the way, the app is fantastic, super easy to use. I'll show you what that looks like inside. All right, so I purchased the 2-pack. This one camera monitors this section of the house. Anytime that it detects motion, I will receive a alert on my phone that says, hey, motion is detected at the garage, and you set the different zones for each camera. So anytime anything moves, the camera will alert me that there's motion detected at the garage, and I set that as the garage camera. Now I have a front door camera, which I'm going to show you now, and it also does the same thing. Now when I approach the camera is activated and it will start rotating and pivoting because it's detected motion. There it goes. I just got an alert. There's someone at your front door. It has detected motion and it is tracking the motion that is here. Okay. And you can see, I just want to show you how much this camera actually rotates. It'll rotate a whole 180 degrees. So if anyone's lingering at your front door, there's never a blind spot. Okay. And it will track that motion as it detects it. It's actually really fantastic how it does that. Okay. So here it is again. It's just, it'll constantly track whatever is going on. And as opposed to Ring cameras that have one stationary spot, you know, it'll just always stay in the one spot. What I liked about this one was that it actually tracks the motion. The solar panel, like I said about the other one, is attached to this unit. That's huge. So it allows you to not have any type of power hooked up to it. Let's take a look at the application and let me show you how easy it is to kind of monitor these cameras either at home or away from your home. All right, let me show you the application portion of this camera system. For me, the application portion is so huge. I've had other cheaper style cameras in the past that I'd have to end up returning because the app was just so fidgety and had a lot of bugs in them. But as soon as I pick up my phone, this is this alert that I'm getting here, AOSU. That's that little tab right there saying, hey, there's been some action going on. And I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. You log in and right away, here is what the inside of the app looks like. Very nice, very clean, very simple to use. So what you're going to have to do here is, like I said, set up your zones. So I have 2 devices. I set one zone up as garage and I set one zone up as front door. Now, as soon as I press this button here, it's going to give me a live feed as to what's going on at the garage where I set that camera up. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to move these cameras. This joystick down here that I'm tapping will move the camera in any direction you want. Left, right, I'm at the top already, up or down. So it's a very smooth interface. Here you have this panoramic shot. So if I quickly want to pan from this section of the house all the way to the extreme 180 degree section of the house, I tap there. And as you can see, it just will pan. And now if I just want to make a little bit of an adjustment there, I can move the camera as much as I want. I want to go to the other side very quickly without messing around with the joystick too much. Bang. Now if I want to make some adjustments, there you go right there. Okay, so that'll show you the live feed. Now if you want to take a look at things that have already happened, you'll go here to the events tab and all of these events have occurred. For example, there it is. it detected me doing something out there, shooting this video, I'm assuming. And you can go through all of the events that have taken place. I also want to point out this has very sharp night vision. So let's take a look at this video here. Here we are, we're pulling into the house. It detected that we are here. The night vision is crystal clear. There's also a lot of other little goodies in this app. For example, if you want to set off, you see maybe someone lingering around the house and you want to set off an alarm, there is a tab here that allows you to set off alarm and a whole bunch of other fun things. Now, this is the front door camera. This is the second camera that I showed you, and it's going to give us a live feed right now as to what it's looking at. Right now, it's just looking into the mountains. But if I want to quickly look at the front door, I press, you saw how I did right there, and it'll quickly adjust. And this will also give you an idea of the flexibility of the cameras or the maneuverability. It goes a full 180 degrees, right? So that's really awesome. Now, something I do want to point out about this app is that originally when I got it, I thought that I didn't need a subscription. And you don't. Technically, you don't need a subscription with these cameras because they come where you can insert a little SD card, a little memory card into each camera, and that'll record all of the events that happen. So it'll only record when the camera detects motion. But the problem that I had with that was that when I left the house, I couldn't access the cameras. And by the way, this is all set up through your Wi-Fi. Right? So you'll set this all up through your Wi-Fi and you'll access all this through your Wi-Fi. And I thought I could do that when I'm out and about. If I'm at Walmart and I wanted to take a look at the cameras, I could just log into this because it's on my Wi-Fi. For me, it didn't work out that way. Maybe for you, you'll have better luck. But I ended up having to subscribe to the service, and it's $6, I believe, at the time of this recording, or per camera. So I'm able to monitor the house here. And for me, it's worth every dollar, especially because the app is so functional. I don't have to fight with it, right? And I love the fact that I can move the camera around, whereas my old Ring system, I couldn't do this. I couldn't move the cameras around. I couldn't take a look or have controllability like I do here. The other thing is those Ring cameras are set up with power. I live in the mountains, and we lose power here actually quite often. So if I lost power and I don't have a generator here, then my cameras go down, everything goes down. Here, this is solar, and it's always monitoring the home no matter what. Now, I want to point out to you also here, if we can tap in, if I can zoom in here, it shows you how much juice you've got. The front camera, 95 here. I'm going to show you something right now. Where it says 95, it has 95% battery, and that's because of the solar power. Okay. And by the way, this is a very shaded area of the home. So if you're living in the woods like me and you live in a very shaded area, well, I was kind of worrying like, will this camera actually get the power that it needs? And it has. It's done a great job. You can see that 95%. Everything's good there. This one is also 95%. It sees a lot more sun than the other one does. But then again, it is also kind of tucked away underneath the roof line here, and I'll show you what I mean. Although it gets direct sun, it's kind of shaded by that roof line. And let me show you the front camera here, what I mean by it being shaded, because if you live in a shaded area, you are probably wondering, is solar going to work for me? And this is the surrounding area. Although the sun's there, I mean, it's pretty shaded, and yet still it has 95% battery. Right now I actually got an alert. There is motion at your garage, and that's what I like about this app as well. It's constantly alerting you. Well, not constantly, it does it when it needs to, when it detects motion. And again, it's detecting that motion here. Once again, as I move, it moves. So this camera system has been absolutely fantastic. For the money, I was skeptical, but I said, what do I have to lose? Worst case scenario, I will just return them. But I've been living on with them for 6 months, and I will not go back to Ring or any other type of camera system like that, because this was so easy to install. The app is fantastic. The solar panel built into the camera, fantastic. It's just such a portable little unit. And also when I travel, I take the cameras with me as well to the campground. Now, if you don't have Wi-Fi, like I said before, like at a campground, no worries, because the micro SD card that you insert, it'll record any motion and things like that. And then you can review it later if you want to take a look at that. So even if you're in the most remote place where there is no Wi-Fi and those types of things, this will still work for you because you've got the sun, which will power them. And then you've got the memory card, which will store the information to them. All right, and then one of the last things I want to mention that I kind of had to learn the hard way was, if you're going to be installing these cameras at a high point, maybe somewhere really high on your house, or even here, this is about 12 feet off the ground, do yourself a favor. Oh, I just got a message. There's motion at your garage. Yep, it's me. Do yourself a favor. Connect the cameras to your Wi-Fi inside the house first, and then mount the cameras. Unlike me, I mounted them, and then I had a little issue connecting to the Wi-Fi. That I had to come, take them down, bring them inside. They connected right away. I brought them out, and it was all good. So that's just a little tip and trick to save you some hassle, especially if you're going to be mounting them like super high somewhere. You don't want to have to go back up there and get them. The other thing is, mounting this is super simple. It's just basically two pieces. It's the camera with the built-in solar panel, and then it's a mounting plate. So first you would mount the mounting plate. It has like 4 screws, and then the camera literally just kind of clips onto that mounting plate. So super simple installation. I'll be leaving the link to the cameras that I got on Amazon in the description below. Also, I will be leaving the links to the memory cards, the SD memory cards. And I suggest that perhaps you start with the memory cards, because that might be all you need. You might not need the subscription, but definitely pick up the 2 memory cards, because you will not be able to review the information without them. And it doesn't come with the memory cards either. So there'll be links to both of the items. So the cameras, the 2-pack, and then also the memory cards that are compatible with this unit will all be in the description below. So guys, there you have it. I know this might have been a little lengthy, but I just wanted to let you know what you can expect should you decide to go with this fantastic little security solar system that I've got going on over here at the cabin.